Hey everybody, how you doing? Let me just take care of a few particulars here before I read my prepared text. Just want to make sure that this is on, social media appropriately. As I say that it's out there, right? And got to go to the third-party app here. Hope your Thursday is a great one. Wow, looks like November is moving quite at a pace, don't you think? Okay. Um, let's see here. Um, let's like these. Let's see here. I see. Just typing. Okay. Well, just writing something, folks. Hold on a second, folks. I'm just writing this. Okay. All right. So here we go. Go here, reviewing this. That was me. Browser. Trying to do that. Trying to get this to respond. Okay. Facebook is slow, folks. I was trying to post this on Facebook there, but it's slow. So it won't authenticate. So I got to do all that. So you know what? I'm going to save that part for later. So it won't authenticate. So I got to do all that. So you know what? I'm going to save that part for later. So it won't authenticate. Get rid of that. And I'll do this another way. So I know I spent 3 minutes on this sort of prep, folks, so bear with me. But it's very important that I get this, particularly posted, all right? Here. Particularly post. Do that. And I actually have to go. See, the problem, folks, is that I'm on one browser, which has its own particular behavior and won't seem to accept my prompts appropriately. And that's Chrome, whereas Firefox is a much more stable system from that perspective, okay? From that perspective. So, there. There. Okay. And where am I going here? There. And where else am I going here? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm ready, folks. I think I'm ready. Okay. So let's see here. Leave them back here. So, yep. Let's see here. Boom. All right. And we're going to go. Now I'm ready. Okay. Ready, folks. Got all that out. One more duty for king and country. Just one. And boom. There it is. Okay. Now, hey, everybody. Good morning. Let me read my prepared text here. Oaklandside puts Darwin bondgraham out to harass LeAna Powell to help Oakland Councilmember Sheng Thao during her mayoral election. Oaklandside's lead editor, Tasneem Raja, who I spotlit last night, is to blame for what nonprofit, if you will, news publication that's losing money, Oaklandside's Darwin bondgraham, is doing to LeAna Powell by sending harassing emails because Powell rejected Graham's initial request to talk to her. Now, who's LeAna Powell? LeAna Powell has a sad connection to Oakland City Council member and mayoral candidate Sheng Thao. Sheng Thao fired LeAna Powell because Powell refused to work as a volunteer for Sheng's mayoral campaign after just 3 months of work. Distressed over how Sheng Thao treated her, LeAna Powell filed a complaint with the City of Oakland Public Ethics Commission back in July. Powell just last week received a letter from the City of Oakland informing her that the Ethics Commission formally started its investigation process. As to why I'm vlogging this, LeAna Powell contacted me out of the blue, and because she wanted to share her story with me on camera and on my Zennie62 YouTube show. Her story of how she was treated in ways that follow the classic case of psychological and emotional distress at the workplace was Sheng Thao's office when LeAna Powell was there. LeAna Powell is going through a very hard time already. She has a hard time at home, and she's trying to raise her kids about maintaining marital bliss with her husband, who, in my opinion, should be far more supportive of her in all of this. Oh, and she's trying to maintain a job too, because as she told me, she's broke. LeAna Powell does not deserve this and is an Oakland Black woman who is yet another example of how the white media in the San Francisco Bay Area gets triggered when she has a story that goes to a Black media person, in this case me, and not them. But that should not be the concern. The concern should be these. Why is Oaklandside trying to make LeAna Powell look bad for Sheng Thao? Because that's what it's up to, folks. Okay, let's get all the pretense out of the way. We are just days before the election, okay? So all of a sudden, Oaklandside has to take a position against Sheng Thao's supposed enemy. What does that sound like? It sounds like something Brandon Hamrami would do, her staffer, right? Okay. In fact, let me continue. All right. Why doesn't Tasneem Raja, that's the real lead editor, that's the real boss of Oaklandside, forget Darwin. Darwin can't move without Tasneem. Okay. Why is Tasneem Raja and Darwin bondgraham? I mean, why don't we see their arrest records? Okay. Why don't they look up the arrest records of Brandon Harami, the aide to Sheng Thao? Because they want to post LeAna Powell's whole background going back 17, 20 something years. For what? And then take out the salacious parts. How do I know? Because LeAna, who I've developed a friendship with, was so distressed, she sent me Darwin's email, which I am not going to publish, as well as her response, which I'm not going to publish. But I know Darwin is going to harm her because she's already emotionally harmed. He has, and the email indicates it, no sympathy for that at all. At all. And for those who would say, I thought you didn't know what Darwin looked like. I didn't. I thought, let me look up his photo and put that out there. And so I did. It's the first time I've done that. Just for the record, okay? All right. Now, I would have to conclude that Oaklandside is working for another Oakland politician, and this time Sheng Thao. Since Cityside owned Oaklandside, doers, excuse me, since Cityside Oaklandside does not share donor records below $1,000 with the public, the media nonprofit acting illegally can rack up a ton of $900 contributions from Oakland City Council members and let them fly under the radar. Yeah, how else to explain that Oakland Council members have gone to Oaklandside fundraisers, as revealed by Zennie62 Media's OaklandNewsNowBlog.com. Okay. And on that, none of this is paid for by Zennie62 Media client, Californians for Safe Streets, De La Fuente for mayor of Oakland. They pay for digital placement of their videos on my blog network. All right. That's what they do. Okay. But since Oaklandside's Tasneem Raja is obsessed with the client engagement that's publicly reported, I'm making sure to put that out there. And also remind you that Oaklandside does not post its full list of donors and supporters at all. At all. It'd be cool to find out who's giving them money. And also, I want to remind you, okay, the Oaklandside, okay, has been harassing LeAna Powell. LeAna has asked them to leave her alone. Okay, she's asked Darwin to leave her alone. Darwin's doing this under the direction of Tasneem. Tasneem's giving her tacit approval for him to do all this crap. All right, all this helps Sheng Thao and Brandon Harami just days before the 2008 Oakland mayoral election, where they're both already under investigation. So it's Oaklandside doing what it likes to do more than anything: harass Oakland's black folks to suit the desires of its politically based funders. That, folks, is criminal. Call the Oakland police as soon as possible, because there's this underlying idea that because they regard themselves as the press, they have the right to harass people. They don't. Darwin used to work at the East Bay Express and for Robert Gammon. Robert took a similar action against one of Greg Hodges' relatives who was running for mayor at the time. And he went as far as to go right up to her house and knock on her door and ask questions, because he was under the impression that she was working for Don Parada and she didn't want to talk to him. Okay. But he did it anyway. And I told her, I asked her, I said, why didn't you just call the police? And she didn't. White media people take advantage of the fact that more often than not, black folks do not call the police. I call the cops in a heartbeat. Okay. As I say on the street, homie, don't play that. Okay. The police are there to protect you, regardless of color. So I told LeAna, anybody who would listen, call the police. I tagged the Oakland police in social media. Harassment is of a person just because Darwin thinks he's, the all media, all that booyah boozy crap, and he's supported by Tasneem, is no reason to break the law. And yet they're breaking the law. Okay. They're breaking the law. Okay. And yeah, that is my opinion. But right now, I'm turning my opinion to fact. Call the police, file a complaint against Oaklandside and Darwin and Tasneem and make them stop. Well, it's Darwin. Darwin has to wear it. He's doing it. Because even if Tasneem tells him to do it, he could say no. Okay. All right. They're pushing this way too far, and they're trying to do it in a timely fashion before the election to help Sheng. That would be the outcome. This has got to stop. Okay. That's what's going on. It's bad stuff. Bad stuff. Bad stuff. Just playing out purely bad stuff, okay? Subscribe to Zennie62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com. And that ends this broadcast.